First in my business, our work at the innovation, our company's work, my work, is all about creating environments for innovation, for creative people, all kinds of creative people, artists, people have a new business idea, new product. Just creating a wonderful place to enjoy life. That's the environments that we're all about. And they're physical. Our product is physical. We build buildings, but just as important is the public spaces around those buildings, because our belief is environment's really is as much social. Man's a social beast. It's the great salvation of cities. And spiritual, because our lives are short. And it's those things together that create environments and ultimately create this magical notion of neighborhood. It's really the driving notion of cities, in that one of our earliest lessons in business, when we were starting out and borrowed 10 grand from my mom, got tired of work. I was one of the few master electricians to come out of Brown. And and my college roommate, my brother, were out trying to make a living doing work for other people, and got tired of it pretty quickly because we didn't like following instructions. And borrowed $10,000, bought a house, fixed it up, and very quickly learned that no matter how great our house was, our project, that it really depended so intimately on the context of what's around it, the social as well as physical environment. It's this wonderful notion of cities. My favorite person talking about cities remains Jane Jacobs and Death and Life of Great American Cities, where she talks about this economic dynamic of cities and neighborhoods and downtowns, of density and diversity, diversity of people and activities and uses, and this notion that Richard Florida talks about, the importance of tolerance. Cities are kind of the cauldrons of tolerance in our society, because anybody, anything, any wacky idea is much more at home in an urban environment than elsewhere. And the wonderful thing about it is this density and diversity, and you can see it in so many cities today across our country and really around the world, as we've validated the notion of cities and their future, is that more is more. The more density, the more diversity, the more things going on, the more critical mass, the more synergies that are going on, the more powerful the value driver, which is a lot of fun for us as we argue with appraisers and lenders and stuff that try to work from a scarcity mentality, that there's this pie and there's only so much office leasing to go and so much residential market to go. And cities are demonstrating that the more you do, well planned, well executed, the more diversity you deliver, the more richness you deliver into the environment, the more powerful the business model and the value paradigm. And that's what our business is all about. Guiding principles and values that we talk about a lot at our company, in terms of kind of re-energizing ourselves as we deal with the nature of this beast of creating environments and neighborhoods, because it really is all about, in its core, about headaches and complications. We like to think that it's a brilliant business strategy, because most right-minded real estate developers and builders stick with doing one thing, and where it's relatively simple to do it. They can buy a bunch of land and put up a lot of shopping centers or put up warehouses or houses, whatever. And our whole thing is jamming it all together in the most complicated format, with the most complicated public-private partnerships, the most complicated financing the Lord ever created. So as we deal with the reality of our business day to day of headaches and complications, these are the values that keep us going. First, thinking big. My great hero in life was Jim Rouse, and one of his favorite sayings was from a guy, I never get this name right. My mom's a Renaissance history professor. I should. It's Goethe or Goethe or something. Goethe. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. It's this whole notion that thinking big, that boldness by itself is just this incredibly powerful thing. And it relates so well to this notion that more is more in the dynamics of cities. More density, more diversity. Big is really what it's all. It's all about context around it. So that is really a driver as we think about our investments and what we do. A second key value for us is one of purpose. Was in the dentist's chair yesterday, and there's no better way for me to be reminded of the increasing frailty of our bodies as we age than sitting in the dentist chair. Not my favorite place. And the sense of urgency about making a difference. Talked with my girls, Sarah's here, a lot growing up about that life's all about making the world a better place. It's really so important to have that sense of purpose, that you're not doing something, not just making something, you're just not making money, but it's about making the world a better place. And in this sense, we're blessed in our business, because really believe our business model, our profit objectives is all about what we call the double bottom line, what Sarah calls the triple bottom line. Hers is people, planet, and profits. Ours is a little bit simpler. It's simply economic returns. That's what our lenders, investors, everybody's looking for, the profit, the bottom line. And the buildings that generate those, that's bottom line one. And the second bottom line being what's around us, embracing the community's agenda around us and creating a much more powerful paradigm about creating environment, about creating neighborhoods, so that it is as important to us as profits and rents in our buildings to have great schools in our neighborhoods, to have great programs that connect people in our neighborhoods that need jobs desperately with all the terrific jobs that our businesses, our tenants that are created. It's as important to us to talk about the physical environment as it relates to everybody in the community. It's as important to us to create a place for artists. We all talk about creative people and how wonderful they are. Artists, they're the kind of the driver of cities, and yet they're the gypsies of our lives, because as we make our investments, we triple values, rents go up and they're going on. And all those wonderful little local businesses that are the authentic nature of our neighborhoods, rents go up, and without extra effort and support, they can't capture this incredible opportunity of this increasing economy. So the double bottom line for us is our sense of purpose that drives us forward. And with it comes an enduring confidence. And we talk about that a lot as a value, because when you deal with headaches and complications, there's all these things that attack confidence. Our business, by its nature, because we go into edge neighborhoods where there isn't a market to create markets, we support tenants and businesses and ideas that have no credit. It's almost a joke about having a nationally credit rated tenant. They're not in our projects because they don't want to be in the neighborhoods as we begin to create them. So it's all about taking risks. Jim Rouse's favorite saying was, what ought to be can be if you have the will to make it. So it's all about confidence. The value that we're most focused on right now is around teaming. This notion that it's only through collective endeavor, both internally within our company, with our people, and with vertically integrated company. We have construction people and development people, construction people, development people you've ever been around, never get along. They think about life very differently. How can we really create the teaming between them? The finance people, the leasing people, the marketing people, our property management people, internally and externally, all our partners that work with us. How can we create a sense of common cause? How can we build the broadest constituency? We talk a lot about the double bottom line, embracing the community's agenda as our own. How much more powerful that is to go to the city council for the help that we need to do our market-driven product. We need entitlements, we need zoning, we need tax-increment finance, we need parking, transit, public spaces, all those great. How much more powerful it is if we have the community with us rather than against us. And in the end, that leads to our last value, is recognizing that our work, our collective endeavors, our sense of purpose is all about the human spirit and touching the soul. And how can we, in our regular business of building buildings, touch the soul? My challenges, and Jim would like to say that there's no such thing as a problem. Problem's a challenge is but an opportunity in disguise. So my challenges and hopeful opportunities, and they are a reflection of this so frequent fact that your strengths are your weaknesses, and your weaknesses can be your strengths, and how can you work one to the other? One of my challenges is timidity. The fear that you face when you look at risk of various notions, when you confront those that in your heart you believe are wrong. I'm one of the world's great compromisers. People, you want to make a deal, put me in the room because I'll make a deal. And in some instances, that's wrong. And to me, it's a really tough thing to confront somebody that's really somewhere else and tackle the fear. And with that comes despair. You need confidence, and the opposite is despair. And you get body blows if you're really out there trying to push the envelope of what's going on. I was vice chair of the Board of School Commissioners in Baltimore and working my heart out. It's our double bottom line. Great schools, nothing more important to democracy in America. 30 hours a week I was putting into it. And one of the little things that we were working on, so important, is what we heard about with your school idea, is to break down these big dysfunctional high schools, get them in the community, relate them to the kids, relate them to what they want to do in their life. And we, like many cities, were trying to do small high schools around a theme that means something. So if you're interested in finance, you can go to a finance academy, interested in arts, you can go to the arts, and so on and so forth. And to get sued for that, to get a deposition from a credible person that says that you're doing this because you're just trying to steal business for your own buildings, it's the body blows you get. So intimidation is another thing I struggle with, is you have a lot of great ideas. It's very easy to forget the notion of listening and distraction and focus. I think our life moves on so quickly. To really do things of great purpose, to really dream and think big, requires just this incredible sustaining focus. And it is so easy to kind of go off on the simple thing, to be distracted. And so those are just some of my foibles and fears and demons that I struggle with in the face of this sense of incredible hope for our cities and this sense of incredible blessing that myself and my company, my friends, are really right in the middle of something so important. Thanks.